Recently at Dover Downs, 4 fields of first state bred 2-year-olds went to post in their $100,000 Delaware Standardbred Breeders' Fund Finals. Now let's check out the winners. First, we'll see our freshman male trotters race in rich action as Rivers crossed the wire first.
They make their way toward the half. Rivers opens up 3 lengths over Navy Blue. Racing in third, that's Canoe Trip. Getting underway now. Here comes LG's Reed Owen. About 3 or 4 more to Big Daddy D. 57 2/5. They head up the back stretch. Rivers leads by almost 2 lengths. Navy Blue, LG's Reed Owen in gear now. Moves up on the outside, goes up after the leader. They go toward the far turn. Rivers, LG's Reed Owen. Navy Blue is down inside third. A big gap back. Big Daddy D takes over fourth. The others are out of it. Holding fifth is Canoe Trip. They go by 3/4. Rivers goes by 127-1. They're midway on the final turn. Rivers. Navy Blue is there with LG's Reed Owen. 3 lengths to Big Daddy D. They come toward the top of the stretch now. Turning for home. Navy Blue comes to the outside to go after Rivers. And they're at the top of the stretch now, turning for home. Rivers holds the lead over Navy Blue. LG's Reed Owen down inside Big Daddy D coming through the stretch. It's Rivers with the lead. Rivers with Navy Blue on the outside. Rivers trying to get there. Rivers may have held off.
Rivers, owned by Stort Chambers, BCJM Incorporated, Divine Horse Racing, and Sinbrew Enterprises, holds on to win by a nose in 156-4, a new lifetime mark for the 2-year-old high stepper. The son of Anders Bluestone was bred by Nancy Miller and gets the job done for trainer Nick Callahan. We caught up with Nick's son, driver Corey Callahan, as well as a couple of owners after this big victory. Are you guys the owners?
Yeah.
You
Yes,
are? Okay, let's do an introduction for the camera. Who is this?
This is Stuart Chambers,
Hi.
Hall of Famer Paul Chambers' son.
Bobby Williams, part owner as well.
Hi. Oh, that's your son, Paul?
That's my son.
Oh my
That's his son.
gosh, this is so
my
exciting.
son.
I'm so glad I'm here for this. Okay, all right. Well, who wants to tell? Well, both of you. Okay, how exciting was this?
For me, first big race, yes, definitely.
Okay. Are you a new owner?
Ecstatic,
Brand
yes.
new owner, 1 year in,
Yes.
Awesome. Wow, good for you. You are not a new owner.
a long time owner.
A long time.
One for like 20 in these, so it's fantastic.
Okay. So were you guys anxious during the race at all?
We weren't. You probably heard us. We were screaming through the glass.
Was that you?
That was us.
Okay. Well, how does it feel?
I feel ecstatic.
Ecstatic.
Good.
Interview the big guy here. He did all the
Yeah.
work.
all right.
$50,000 richer is what
I
it feels
know,
like.
Right. Well, real fast, Corey, before
Yep.
I let you go, tell us a little bit about the race and the trip that you got tonight.
I knew going in I had the best horse, so I wasn't really worried about what kind of trip I had to do. I mean, if I had to rough it first up, I was going to. But, I also didn't want to tote Moran into the race, so I made a move. And I did have to, use him a little bit to, to get by Artie there. But I got a good third quarter. He was just running in a little bit more tonight than he usually is. And I think, that's what almost got us beat. But he's got a big, long head, and that's all we need.
Well, you know what? There's a very special trainer that you know that I know you're very confident driving for, and I'm pretty sure he's going to take care of that steering problem for you.
Yeah, he'll figure it all out. If not, Christmas might be a little short this year.
That Nick Callahan knows a thing or two.
Yeah, he's been around the block. He'll be all right. He'll
All right.
figure it out.
Thanks, Corey.
All right, thank you.
Bye. Now onto the DSBF final for our 2-year-old trotting fillies, as She's All Woman picked up the win.
Now Just Pump It is okay, racing in second, followed by She's All Woman. Maybe Just Pump It didn't make break, got a little rough. 58 1/5, they head over toward the back stretch, opening up 4 lengths. And widening is Frankie Doyle coming to the outside now. She's All Woman dropping back, and a little erratic there. Just Pump It taking over third will be Our Last Penny. They race up the back stretch. Frankie Doyle, but here comes She's All Woman to the outside, followed by Our Last Penny. They race into the far turn. It looks like She's All Woman or Our Last Penny. Frankie Doyle back to third. Dropping back steadily, just pump it to the outside. Miss Timberwolf, 3/4 and 1:28 3/5. They race around the final turn. She's All Woman leads by 2 lengths. Our Last Penny is right there. Big gap back, Miss Timberwolf into third. They come to the top of the stretch. She's All Woman or Our Last Penny, and they straighten away now, turning for home. Leading by 2 lengths, She's All Woman, Our Last Penny out in the center of the track, coming through the stretch. Our Last Penny after her. She's All Woman. They come toward the wire. She's All Woman with Our Last Penny. Here comes the wire. She's All Woman and Our Last Penny. Maybe She's All Woman tight, 159 and 4.
She's All Woman wins her DSBF final in a new lifetime mark of 159 and 4. Owned and bred by Pam Wagner, the daughter of Anders Bluestone is trained by Pam's husband John Wagner. And getting this freshman filly to the finish line first was driver Jared Moyer.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
So tell me about the race tonight, how it unfolded for you.
Oh, well, they went a lot faster to the half than I thought they would. They were racing early, and I wasn't expecting the 8-horse to be out there, but it worked out good, and I'm just glad I got out and didn't get stuck in.
Okay.
I've been driving her ever since she started racing. I've been helping John train her. She's a little bit of a handful. It runs in the family, so it's been a long year. Glad she got it done.
Is this your first DSBF final win?
Yeah.
Is this your biggest win ever?
I think so, yeah.
Well, congratulations! That's so awesome!
Thank you.
All right, and I love that smile. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
Have a great night.
You too.
Next up, let's see our young male pacing division with Heinikin Bythebay taking home the winner's share.
They make their way toward the clubhouse turn. Heinikin Bythebay is cleared by 1.5 lengths. These Heartland is there, about 2 or 3 lengths back to Shrewd in third. Racing fourth, Bad and Bougie, followed by the trailer. It's pronounced Jeff. They make their way by the half. Heinikin Bythebay and D's Heartland. They went by the half 55, so 27 and 4. Wind aided over toward the half. They go to the backstretch. It won't be wind aided up the backstretch. Leading the way, Heinikin Bythebay, D's Heartland. Shrewd is stopping, going by Shrewd, Bad and Bougie, and it's pronounced Jeff. They head toward the far turn and 3/4. Heinikin Bythebay, D's Heartland, they're 1-2. About 6 or 7 lengths. It's pronounced Jeff on the outside toward the rail. That's Bad and Bougie, and Shrewd has stopped. 3/4 in 1:24 and 1/5. They race around the final turn. Heinikin Bythebay begins to pull away. Heinikin Bythebay opens up 3 lengths. D's Heartland clearly second, about 6 or 7 to It's pronounced Jeff outside of Bad and Bougie. They come to the top of the stretch with Heinikin Bythebay with a 4 or 5 length lead. Heinikin Bythebay, D's Heartland clearly second. Coming through the stretch, it'll be Heinikin Bythebay pulling away with every stride now. Heinikin Bythebay. Then it's going to be D's Heartland into third. It's pronounced Jeff in 1:53 and 1.
Heinikin Bythebay, the heavy favorite in the race, won with dominance by 4 lengths. The Sun-Up Southwind Lynx scored in 1:53 and 1 with Hall of Fame driver Tim Tetrick for trainer Kevin Switzer, who is also part breeder and owner with his wife Denise and son Kevin Jr., who race under the name of Katie K Standardbreds.
Tell me about the horse when you noticed that he was going to be a really nice one.
I had his mother, his mother is the mother of Lollipop Kid, win 49 at Dover. She had a couple good horses. I had a couple fillies out of the same stallion, and they weren't really any good. And then we had her, and I actually gave the mare away because she kind of had age on her. She's by Noble Victory. She's a pretty old stallion. Training down, and Kathy liked him. I always trained the filly, and he just kept getting better. Kind of like apple bottom jeans. Every time you asked him, he did what you wanted. So like, how do you know how fast? Everybody finds the end. Is aware at the end. So we kept training, we got faster, and I took the horse to Maine this summer with me, and I trained him one day up there on a track, and he trained really super good. And I called my friend, he put the horse right back there, we raced him at Harrington, and he won. I said, his horse is a really nice horse, and then he started racing. He had a little trouble in the first final there, he didn't really draw good, he hasn't drawn good yet, but he didn't seem as sharp. In his last the races at Dover, he seemed real sharp. I mean, in the final, he seemed as good as he could be. If you're going to have him good, that's the night to have him good. And he drew the 8-hole again. So I've been in $300,000 finals in the last 2 months, and I drew the 8-hole 3 times.
Well, that just means that next year, as a 3-year-old, he's going to end up getting the rail.
I sure hope so.
And actually, as a 3-year-old, you talked about you're not really going to race him a whole lot, right?
No, I see to have a series at Dover for 3-year-olds in March, and you go for 10 to 50,000 final. I'll race them in there, and then we'll race them actually in June in the Cyrus Station in Harrington, and we'll try to. Like my staging service, we contact them. We're trying to find out some races like we could put him in. You know, I don't know if he's a 49 pacer, so it's kind of like your fighter. You don't want to put him somewhere where he's going to get his beat up. You got to kind of pick your spots. And I think the horse will be a better horse as time goes on. I think the horses will be better.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing him in 2022, so we hope he enjoys his vacation.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he is. He got 3 girls out there. He's the only boy out there, so he's all set.
Well, then he's living the dream. He's living the dream.
He's got the line.
Thank you, Kevin.
You're more than welcome.
Finally, we'll check out the winner of the DSBF final for 2-year-old Lady Pacers as odds-on Surfer Gal got to the wire first.
They race into the clubhouse turn on the way over toward the half. Bank to Win leads by almost 2 lanes. Odds-on Surfer Gal is right there, followed by Gateway Gal. Cowgirl Coffee Girl is fourth, 2.5 lanes to Celia. And then comes Bluffs Crush coming to the outside. That'll be RJ's Angel way back, Shabby Chic. They race up the backstretch, 57-1 for the half. Bank the Win as the lead, 1.5 lengths over odds-on Surfer Gal. Gateway Gal is there, third, 2 lanes. Cowgirl Coffee, it's a moderate pace, and Gateway Gal's out of third. They go into that final turn. Bank the Win, Gateway Gal races up on the outside. Odds-on Surfer Gal back to third. Another 3 or 4 lanes, Cowgirl Coffee, followed by Celia. They come to the top of the stretch. Bank the Win, a 2.5 length lead. Odds-on Surfer Gal back in the second outside. Gateway Gal third, and that's it. And they're at the top of the stretch. It's Bank the Win coming off the turn. Odds-on Surfer Gal down the inside. Gateway Gal third. They come toward the wire. Bank the Win. Odds-on Surfer Gal coming down the inside. Odds-on Surfer Gal. Odds-on Surfer Gal. Gateway Gal. Bank the Win. 154-3.
Odds-on Surfer Gal, owned and bred by Odds-on Racing, got up in the final stride to win by a neck for trainer Tony Alagna. The daughter of Badlands Hanover, who paid over $43 to win, took a career best of 154-3 with Corey Callahan in the bike.
Yay, I get to see you again tonight in the winner's circle.
Right.
It's been a good week for Corey Callahan.
It's good.
All right, tell me about the trip you worked out tonight.
You know, obviously when Timmy's filly made an unfortunate break, I mean, it kind of changed the complexity of the race. I started out of there just to kind of get around him, and I was happy to just kind of get in there third and have to be first up. She did it last week, but you know, they weren't going much, so I knew if I pressed on, Vic would have to turn me loose, and I was, you know, obviously content to follow him. You know, if I could have got out in the last turn, I think, you know, she would have won a little bit easier. She's, you know, still really green. She's only had a few starts, and, you know, she was a little leery, like going up the passing lane, but, you know, she shot through there when she needed to.
Yeah, I know this is her 3rd lifetime start, but she raced so good last week, so this really can't be that much of a surprise, right?
No, not at all. I mean, Tony's second trainer, you know, he told me the first week, he said, listen, just take her back, you know, treat it like it's her first start, get a feel for her. And next week he said, you know, you can go ahead and race her. And we raced her, and she showed up big, you know, so I think she's got a bright future.
And now, as far as driving a horse that you haven't really driven many times before, only this is the 3rd time, and she's green, you're getting to know her. Do you talk to Tony Alagna on the phone, or do you go with the flow, or just talk to, you know, his second trainer here? How's that work?
Yeah, we just kind of went with the flow. I mean, you know, I texted Tony last week after the race and said, you know, they made a couple changes from the first week that I suggested, and you know, he had her really rigged up well for the following week. You know, and he texted me back and said she just needed some Alagna love.
I love it. All right, everybody needs a little Alagna love,
well,
right?
Maybe not everybody.
Okay, well, I do. All right, thanks, Corey.
All right,
congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
A big post-time congratulations goes out to our freshman Delaware Standardbred Breeders' Fund final winners this meet at Dover Downs.